Hello from Rockcut channel, pouring a steady stream of the Word of God to fill our cities. And today I was reading about Joseph. You know, that story is true. It was someone's life. And when he was sold to Egypt, and his brothers went to Egypt for help because of the famine, they struggled for 2 years to find food. And then Joseph could no longer control himself before all his attendants, and he cried out, "Have everyone leave my presence." So there was no one with Joseph when he made himself known to his brothers. And he wept so loudly that the Egyptians heard him, and Pharaoh's household heard about it. Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still living?" But his brothers were not able to answer him because they were terrified at his presence. And now, do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. You see, this all started when their father gave him a coat of many colors, and the jealousy rose up, and he was sold into slavery. Joseph, Israelite, was sold into slavery to Egypt. He says, "God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to save your lives by a great deliverance." And Jesus has done that very thing. This was just a portion of what God was going to do for everyone in the future. Jesus was sold, and he was imprisoned, and he suffered for us. And we will show our gratitude with our lives every day. So when Joseph brought his family to Egypt, they must have shown their gratitude for the next 5 years, because when you have a change of rule like that, you are to be humble and happy that God saved you from that disaster. And many Christians believe God, but their faith hasn't grown to the point where they realize what God saved them from by believing on his Son, Jesus. He gave his Son to us. And that gift traveled all around the world. And when you give something to someone, it could travel and you don't even know it, how many hands it has been blessed by. Say you give a sofa or a chair to someone, or a table, any furniture. You give it to someone, and then that someone outgrows that furniture and is able to buy their own furniture and they give it to someone else. And then that someone else changes their furniture eventually. It could be 5 years, it could be 7 years. And that piece of furniture goes to someone else. And that person could move to another state. You know, that furniture is blessing people. That piece of furniture that you gave someone is a continual blessing. And that's important. That's very important because your seed is growing and producing and glorifying God. It is a lasting seed. It's growing. Suppose you just burned the furniture or just threw it in the garbage. Unless somebody salvages that garbage, it's not going to grow. And if it's burned to ash, it's definitely not going anywhere. It's the simple things that create the love of God, because somebody greatly appreciates that piece of furniture that you gave and they don't even know you. And we have so many people that are gifted. They just take a ball of yarn and can make something beautiful out of it. And we can buy blankets in the store all day long. But what is the real meaning behind that blanket? Did your great-great-grandmother make it with her own hands and pass it all along through many generations? Do people today realize what they're missing out on? I mean, you could store them away in a box and not look at them every day so they don't get worn out. But it means something for your eyes to see the beautiful creations that are passed down to you. God looks through your eyes, and He is able to show you what He sees. When you look through your eyes together as one, He helps you see the beauty in everything. He helps you pray for people you don't know. He said, look to the right and to the left, and you will see that people are falling around you, but you will not fall. He said, bless, don't curse. You will have what you say. But when you curse the very country you live in, there's people who are praying for that country to be better, to be blessed by God. You see, when Jesus was going to the cross, it looked like there was no way out. This land was doomed. They felt the doom. That doom was sin. They felt the heaviness of the sin that He was obliterating when He died on that cross. And the joy when He rose again, the joy that came over them was the salvation that covers all sin forever. Forever. And that goes on and on. So see how powerful your prayers are? How powerful your words to bless your country. And yes, we always have a new rule. Every 4 years, we vote for a new rule in this country. But Jesus has it covered. Don't go by what you see and what you hear, because the glory of the Lord is going to manifest greatly. He has got us covered. No matter what it looks like, it's always going to be in your favor. He provides. He wants you to do what he says. You want wisdom? You save 1/5 of your paycheck. Every paycheck. And he will show you his wisdom. He will show you how it works. And what do we really need when we have extra money? What are we going to do? Buy some more clothes? Which add up to more laundry? Are we trying to keep up with somebody else? Are we just happy being saved? Are we happy giving? Or do we always have to sell our stuff? But either way, he lets you know, sell this and give this. And give to a good cause. Don't just give to just any organization when you give away stuff. There are plenty of places that you can donate to whose proceeds go to the food bank to help people eat. And isn't that what it was all about? Joseph providing food for the country and his family. So when I donate, I know of a church who always took the proceeds from their stuff that they collected, and they would sell it in the basement of the church, and all the proceeds would go to the food bank. And now they've gotten so big that they have a building that they use as a store, and they sell it as a blessing. They don't overcharge at all. I mean, I paid $1 for a purse that would have cost me $85. It was just a little purse. It was only $1. And that's one of my favorite purses to go around. And it was a brand name that I have never heard of, because there's so many out there. And they use that money and donate it to the food bank to feed people. So every time I donate something to that store, I'm feeding people. And that blesses me. It makes me happy. We have to know and use wisdom with the resources God gives us. And, if you are a good cook and you're making a great meal, make an extra meal and see who you can bless today with that meal. I'm sure it will bring a smile to their face, and they will remember you, and that will be something God uses in the future. Remember me whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup, and proclaim my name. Jesus is Lord. Have a blessed day, everyone.